Good day to each and everyone. Welcome to Quarter 4, Module 14, Our Earth, My Life. You need your homeroom guidance notebook, coloring materials, clean sheet of paper, plants, vegetable seedlings, reusable, recyclable materials like cans, bottles, used tire, etc. In the previous module, you learn about your possible careers or professions in the future and the connection of work, needs of the society, and global economy. You're also asked to plan ways to contribute to the desired profession, career, to the society, and to global economy. Our objectives is for us to analyze ways on how to become aware of environmental issues using academic skills, to identify basic activities to prevent or preserve the environment, and to implement doable project or plan to help address environmental problems. This module will serve as a supplementary contribution to the various efforts in minimizing environmental problems. Great part of your education is developing academic skills for personal growth as well as its application to caring for the environment and being able to respond to community and development, particularly on environmental issues. As a responsible Filipino learner and caring steward of our environment, your voluntary participation in joining varied school and community programs to promote awareness on how to combat the negative effects of abuse in the environment will give tremendous impact. Your initiative in extending help for the welfare of the community is meant to have a positive results towards achieving a safe and a healthy environment, and the ultimate attainment for a sustainable and desirable environment may take time, but with constant efforts, it will surely come. At this time of COVID-19 pandemic, you will have more time at home that can be productively used to care for the environment while learning and helping at home. Have you ever dreamed of spending time in a clean and beautiful environment? This COVID-19 pandemic has forced everyone to stay at home for safety. How are you experiencing it right now? This activity will be your chance to contribute simple change in the surroundings where you live in. That's why your contribution to your environment, you have to try this. You have to look around your house and choose one spot. It could be your garden at the back or front of your house, or maybe if you have another desired spot that you wish to improve. Get a clean sheet of paper and fold it into two. One on the left side, draw or make a sketch of your chosen spot or place in your house. On the right side, draw, illustrate, sketch what your dream plan to happen or become of that place. Your drawing or your illustration will be your masterpiece of transforming your desired spot into a garden of flowers, vegetable garden, or a combination of both. You're encouraged to use reusable, recyclable, and indigenous materials that you learned or you get to know in your previous grades or lessons you had from other subjects. You can also acquire information from other sources to make sure you will only use materials that will help lessen waste materials. That's why you also have to ask help of your parents for the seedlings or flowering plants. Be creative and imaginative while working on the accomplishment of your plan and keep your work with your for reference later. So in here, you have to draw the actual chosen spot around your house. Then this is an example of a project output for a simple vegetable garden. These are some of the examples of your possible project output. And I know that this is all doable. Being a 10th grade learner, how can you basically contribute to protecting environment? With the COVID-19 pandemic, your contribution may be limited, but still you can do something to help. Caring for the environment was integrated in almost all of your subjects. To help you summarize it, make a list of the ways on how you can help preserve our environment. Do this activity on a clean sheet of paper and submit it to your advisor as an activity output. List as many as you can. And then afterward, we're going to answer the processing questions at the back of your paper. So, what environmental area of concern do you have? For example, we have transportation. What basic, simple contribution would you do? Take a walk instead of taking a ride if it is possible. And the possible effects, this is the possible positive contribution do you hope to achieve? There will be lesser carbon dioxide in the air, and you're going to have a healthier body. And after this, you have to answer the following questions. How do you feel while doing the activity? Do you have any realizations on the way you treat the environment? What can you say about the natural calamities happening in any part of the world? At present, there are environment problems ranging from air, water, and soil that cause damage in our forests and oceans. Earth's temperature is said to have suffered humans' incapability to take care of the environment. Below are some of the environmental concerns that must be addressed. The first one is on whatever you do comes back to you. What you sow is what you reap. What goes up must come down. These are beliefs or theories that you learn in school. Newton's third law of motion states that in every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, which is an academic knowledge you are very familiar with. Fortunately, this law applies to our environment, which you must be fully aware of. First, we have the genetic modification of crops. These are man-made chemicals that are causing damage to other living organisms. Butterflies and other insects are dying due to these chemicals used in crops. Then we also have the waste production. Production of too much waste and not having a proper way of disposing it ends up in landfills, which generates an enormous amount of methane. This kind of gas potentially contributes to global warming. We also have the air water pollution. More natural resources or sources of fresh water are being polluted through human activities. Polluted water may also harm and contaminate the water we drink. Polluted water may also harm and contaminate the water we drink. To its worst, water pollution destroys organisms living in the oceans. The need of fresh water is very crucial to any kind of life on the earth. We also have the deforestation. This is removing more trees that will deplete the oxygen being produced. With the continued loss of trees in the forest, can you imagine what will happen to all the living things on planet? Our forests are the lungs of our earth. Likewise, forests serve as a habitat to many animals and other organisms. Deforestation will cause an extinction to some of these animals. Air pollution. Humans and animals are dependent on air to live. Having polluted air exposes all living things to the risk of developing numerous health problems. However, with the ongoing pandemic that limits all kinds of transportation in the land, on air, and in the water, reports claim that air pollution decreases at a larger extent. There are some countries that went into lockdown and the industrial activities shut down globally. These changes in transport activities and all demand resulted in a significant impact on the environmental quality, which can be treated as good effect. My plan, my action. To be more challenging, show your project output to your advisor during his/her home visitation and get the drawing that you had made in the previous activity. Gather the materials that you need. You can also add some materials that you want to further improve your output. You can accept any help from your parents or siblings. However, you have to make sure that much of the effort comes from you. At the end of the school year, you must take a picture of your output for submission to your advisor as one of the quarterly outputs that will be required from you. To be more challenging, show your project output to your advisor during his/her home visitation. And on what you have learned, you have to take note of every learnings that you have as a good practice in your homeroom guidance notebook. Write your reflection on the activities concluded. You might say that after going through all the activities, I have realized that. Let's share our thoughts and feeling. The stewardship of this planet belongs to humankind. Our earth is for us and to us. Every little action that we do to our environment will come back to us, good or bad. If you have a Facebook account, you can post it on your timeline as a part of advocacy campaign awareness for our environment. So that's just all for today. Thank you so much and God bless everyone.